Is he laughing because the story's fucked up, or because he wrote a joke that made him laugh?
I'm reading my own joke from yesterday that I forgot I wrote. What the fuck? Lore Boys here. The internet's #1 400 episode podcast is back with more of what you need. My name is Peter O'Donohue, and I'm finally doing it. Fulfilling a dying little boy with a hot sister's wish with me today are
Ethan Palmer, I'm frightened.
James, brother-in-law Miller.
Today's episode about Vampire Hunter D was requested by Aggravator, Heavy Metal Analyst, and OG patron Saucy. So you assumed it would never happen with good reason. However, you could all thank the Instagram page at Retro Sci-Fi Art for this finally happening, and just complete fucking dumb luck that this ended up being our 400th episode.
He's probably been waiting 300 episodes for this.
I know. I didn't check the date on the original request, but it's been years. Yeah, years and years. So this is really funny. This is completely... I had no plans of doing this. Jamie's been tracking the 400th episode. Not me. I always kind of think like, oh, I should do something special if it's my turn. Never really checked when my turn would be. Happens to be this one. But the Instagram page, Retro Sci-Fi Art, just shares pictures and videos from old sci-fi novels and like old animated films. So you can see like some really cool 70s and 80s animation. Like and old anime is like, obviously my impression, like we're not big anime guys, because my impression of anime is like Digimon, where they use oil-based paint to hide monsters in the real world, right?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but we hit another milestone that I didn't quite check. Which
he lost his virginity? What the hell? Pete, why didn't you tell me, buddy?
That's on the bonus episode. Patreon.com.
Yeah.
Boys. I got my first kiss.
We surpassed our 2 million download too.
What? Oh, god damn. We're so bad at this. Thank you, everybody.
Nice job.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, Retro Sci-Fi Art is a very cool Instagram, I find. Cool art. So a couple of weeks back, I was with a friend of the show, Kyle, and we were trying to find a movie to watch after a couple of beers. And he kept trying to remember a clip of an anime movie that he'd seen. Not the movie, but he'd seen this clip. And he kept saying like, oh yeah, like it's called Government Kills Crazy Boy or something like that. And then he described to me like a giant, like a kaiju Godzilla-sized fetus made of plasma. And I was like, oh fuck no, I've seen that clip too. Here on at Retro Sci-Fi Art on Instagram. And then we ended up finding it was from the movie Redline, which we ended up like just getting stoned and watching. And it was fucking insane. I included the clip in the for the patrons when we share the pictures. I shared a bunch of relevant clips to the episode. But one of them is the clip of Redline is the reason this episode exists on Vampire Hunter D. Because while I was on the
is Redline a Vampire Hunter D movie?
No, completely unrelated.
Okay.
They were just on the same Instagram page, and Kyle wanted to watch Redline, but couldn't remember what it was called. And it just so happens I'd already seen it on the Instagram.
Gotcha.
So we ended up watching Redline. Fucking insane. It ruled. Loved it.
Wait, what is Redline? What is Redline?
Unrelated. It's just the reason I ended up finding it. So while on the Instagram page, I was like, oh, it's Redline, and he was looking it up on the internet. I saw another clip that was like this mummified lady in a sarcophagus, like pooling with blood, and she's like reconstituting her body and like bringing herself back to life. And I was like, oh fuck, this is wild. This is so goddamn cool. And then when I looked in the description, it was like, oh yeah, clip from Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust 2000. I was like, fuck, god damn it, it's so cool. He was right. I have to do it. So that's why. It's Carmilla resurrecting herself basically, which is a clip I shared already as well. And I was like, damn it, I can't believe Saucy gets the dub. One and only that you can have, okay? But it looks very cool. Both animated films are available on YouTube at time of recording. The first one is beautiful, but I found kind of boring, but there was still a lot to like. And Bloodlust overall, just fantastic. Vampire Hunter D, it seemed really condensed. I'm not really positive on like how much was worked into it. I haven't read the novels. But Vampire Hunter D, as of January 2025, is a series of 56 novels written by, Hideyuki Kikuchi, who also wrote Dark Side Blues and Wicked City, which are two things I have never heard of.
No, me neither. To be fair,
But
I've like
six novels
only
since
heard
the
of
80s.
Vampire Hunter D's because of one annoying guy in the Discord server.
I don't like how much he's won by like Peter sitting on his day off this week just watching a whole movie he found boring. Just for this episode. Yeah.
So to be fair, I watched the first Vampire Hunter D that I found boring a couple of weeks ago when I found out about this, and then I watched the good one on my day off Saturday. So it wasn't that bad. He only stole a little bit of, and even then, it's only 90 minutes. But you're right. You will be banned from the Discord after this comes out, for the record.
Yeah, exactly.
So Vampire Hunter D, according to Wikipedia at least, has sold over 17 million copies. And this is so funny how the three of us only know about this from one source, right? Like, even on the Instagram, had I seen that clip of Carmilla, I would have been like, neat. And then, like, read the description, and the words would have ricocheted off my brain, and I would have forgotten it completely, right?
Yeah.
Having sold 17 million copies, it's one of the best-selling novels, series of novels in human history. It has outsold Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and also The Witcher by several million units.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if the Witcher books are all that popular, but that is impressive.
They were like 14, 15 million, something like that.
Hey,
Damn.
It's no Bible, right? It
I was
going
gonna
to
say that's
You're
got to
right.
be number one, right?
That absolutely. The
think
Bible
so.
literally means book, right? It's
Yeah. But
I
like,
feel
how
like-
long have we been counting the money? Like, maybe like The Secret when it blew up in the mid-noughts just like took over. You know, who
Does it
knows?
count?
How long have we been
Like,
counting?
no.
There's a Bible in every hotel room, just like there's a copy of Wii Sports with your Wii. Like, that's not like selling. Right?
I'm gonna guess it's the Bible by an order of magnitude over the next highest book.
Probably.
Top selling books all.
I'm gonna say Angels and Demons because it's in every airport.
By Dan.
By Dan
Okay.
Brown.
By Dan Brown.
Oh, this is a fat. So this is markmanson.com. .net, excuse me.
We will get to
That's
Vampire Hunter D. Just one quick distraction here. Sorry, guys.
Number one, the Bible. We all agree.
Yeah.
5 billion copies sold. The number two, the Quran. 3 billion. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to guess number three?
It's probably. I was gonna say, is it the Book of Mormon?
Oh no, it's menus for McDonald's.
It is the Little Red Book, quotations from Chairman Mao. 900 million.
Oh. Hell yeah.
Which I'm going to guess the Chinese government sold themselves 900 million books to put in classes.
I wouldn't do that.
And then number 4, Don Quixote.
Oh,
Don Quixote. Wow.
Number 5,
interesting.
selected articles of Chairman Mao.
Oh, he was prolific.
Then we got Shakespeare with Tale of Two Cities, and then The Lord of the Rings.
Oh, hell yeah.
boy.
The Lord of the Rings. How many for Lord of the Rings?
150 million.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
off
but it's
by
dropped off a lot.
well over an order of magnitude.
Yeah.
in the Bible.
Wow.
I mean, the Bible and the Quran have an advantage. And I was also the bronze medal there, the select writings of Chairman Mao. Obviously, it's just
Yeah, with our new downloads milestone, we're the Vampire Hunter D to the Joe Rogans of the world.
exactly. Yeah. We're
And
still
Joe
important.
Rogan.
We're getting there.
number 8 is scouting for boys and instruction in good citizenship.
Huh. Okay.
Whoa.
Honestly,
Well,
with the Chairman Mao thing, if somebody threatened to kill me or starve my family to death and take away our rice rations unless I read Vampire Hunter D, you best believe I would have read it a long fucking time ago. Anyway. There was also a PS1 game for Vampire Hunter D, which I watched some clips from. Seems to follow the same-ish plot as Bloodlust. I saw some of the same characters, same dialogue. I thought I was going to check if it was a PS1 classic on my PS3, and then the review aggregate score was like 17%. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to play that, but I'm still in the market for some PS1 classics on PS3. Sometimes at the beginning of my book reports, I like to sprinkle in a little bit about the author, but all I saw, it was that Mr. Kikuchi was born in 1949 in Chiba, Japan. And he was inspired by the old Universal monster movies, specifically The Horror of Dracula from 1958, starring Christopher Lee of Saruman and stabbing Nazis in the back during World War II fame.
That's why you posted that clip. Where
I love that clip of Christopher Lee explaining what it sounds like when a man is stabbed in the back. And it's like,
not a man, a Nazi.
Oh, that's true. I'm sorry.
a Nazi woman.
Oh, maybe. Could you imagine if he was that ice cold?
A Fraulein.
So anyway, first off, I want to talk about the setting a little bit of Vampire Hunter D. It is very fucking neat and not unlike another setting that I like that I'll get into in a little bit later. I want to talk about. And it is just called the Frontier. Those are the landscape shots I provided with you guys. Of the...
Oh, sure, you like the Frontier. Let me guess, the Black Frontier, available on Kindle.
We were
link below.
It's linked below. If you want to grab some Vampire Hunter D, that's a Western graphic novel. Mine was a #1 new release in the 3 seconds I looked at it in Western graphic novels. Fucking go for it, guys. Little charcuterie board of Western graphic novels. Pick them both up.
Yeah.
The fight scene, the Carmilla fight scene, the link that you sent us, the aesthetic really. I'd be surprised if this wasn't some inspiration for Dark Souls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The big long samurai sword and just
he was saying to read Vampire Hunter D and also his comic The Black Frontier based underwater. And I'd say Vampire Hunter D is a little longer. There's so many more books and Pete's just started coming out. So just keep in mind blood is thicker than water.
Yeah.
That was a long walk for his phone.
I was going to say, great setup.
We got there. Boy, we got there, huh?
So I had it whenever we actually talked about it, but I couldn't get a word in edgewise. I couldn't let it go like a good person who's supposed to be on a comedy podcast. I held on to an idea and I drove us back to where we wanted to go. Yeah.
You hold on to it just like you're going to hold on to a good book like The Black Frontier or Vampire Hunter D, available now on Kindle, right? So the setting, simply referred to as the Frontier, is the remains of a post-nuclear Earth after a war sometime in 1999, which, of course, as always, we all remember. It was in Terminator 2, the documentary. The war was brought on by an aging American president with dementia as a final solution to cover up his many dealings with human trafficking vampires. Citation needed.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. The cause of the war is unknown.
Sorry, so these three pictures you sent, the first 3 pictures are from the Frontier, which is not Vampire Hunter D.
No, the setting of the Vampire Hunter D is the Frontier. This is the silhouette of a guy on horseback that you see is D himself. Because
it looked like him, and I thought you were saying that this was inspired by something else.
No. That is the Frontier is the setting. Sorry if that was unclear there. Yeah. It's the remains of post-nuclear Earth. This is where he goes. The adventures of the Vampire Hunter, simply calling himself D, take place in and around the year 12,090 AD. So it is way in the future. Kikuchi has stated that the Frontier is likely the remnants of the Eurasian continent, so between Spain, Portugal, and the tip of Russia. However, this was at the time where the now canceled Vampire Hunter D American Wasteland was in production, so it's speculated that he just made that up on the spot. Because, the spin-off is going to be set in the US. Where is this one? And he's like, Kazakhstan.
Can't wait for Vampire Hunter D Underground 2. Isn't that a Tony Hawk thing? American Wasteland? I'm pretty sure that's the 7th Tony Hawk thing or something.
Oh, yeah.
I still can't believe they canceled America. What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, coming, but...
Yeah.
I should say you, dear listener, had it coming.
So, regardless of where the Frontier is, the geography of Earth is vastly different than our own, since in the 5th millennium, a war with the OSB, or Outer Space Beings, saw many of the continents completely destroyed. I will not be getting into that today. Mainly, I want to focus on vampires and then some of Dee's backstory during this episode. I'm sure over the course of 50 novels.
Me and Jamie both biting our goddamn lip.
Just a little bit of Dee's backstory here.
Glad you
I wonder if the click came through. But I'm sure over the course of 50 novels, all of the OSB stuff is explained. It's not this episode now. Maybe in 400 episodes, I'll get back to it if we're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go way back now. Before humans, before wars, maybe even before the formation of the Earth itself, to talk about the sacred ancestor. He is the most ancient ruler of the vampires, who in the universe are referred to as the nobility. So I will kind of use it interchangeably a little bit, but broadly, the vampires are the nobility. He is very likely the first pureblood vampire and the creator of the entire race. This little section here, the photo I provided of his bio on the wiki, was just so fucking funny to me, where they were just like, age, billions, ? Origin, pre-Earth Transylvania in brackets. I was just like
unknown or Transylvania.
Yeah.
He was either born before the universe or in Transylvania. It's impossible to tell.
It's just like, you guys want to narrow that down a bit? I'm like, I get upset when a delivery is between 10 and 2. Like, how do I plan around that, guys? Like what are you talking about?
Lobos Cannon, he was born in United Furniture Warehouse in New England.
Very good. All right. Prove me wrong.
I'm already picturing like the Witcher from Blood and Wine, like that really old ass vampire that's like omega powerful. That's what I'm picturing when I think of the Ancient One.
I was also picturing him. I can't remember what he is called, but in the same, like, there's like several tropes that I've talked about really liking. Ship where a ship shouldn't be. Again, in The Witcher, ship on top of a mountain. Indiana Jones, ship on top of a mountain. I always fuck with that. Also, trillion-year-old vampire gods. Very cool. I just fuck with that pretty hard. It rules.
Yep.
No notes.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Yeah, but dude, if you put an ancient vampire on a boat on a mountain,
oh man,
you'd only be getting episodes by me about whatever the fuck that is.
With 56 novels, surely there was a boat on a mountain at some point, right?
Oh fuck, I hope so. I can't believe they didn't put it in the movie. There is some crazy technology in the movie though, which we'll get into shortly. Where was I here? From the year whatever, like 1 billion up until 1999, the nobility existed in the shadows, leading to the creation of various folkloric tales and myths about blood-sucking rich perverts manipulating the events of history from their spooky castles, right?
Okay, yeah. When does the fiction start?
Release the Sacred Elder files. Come on, do it. There is no Sacred Elder. He never existed. He's not a billion years old.
I wasn't friends with him.
Yeah, exactly. Just because we have 12,000 years of photos of him and I together, the sacred ancestor does not exist. Prior, I think, to the emergence of the nobility, surviving humans in the wasteland had to contend not just with each other, because they were very much at like cannibalistic, like raider levels of technology after the atomic apocalypse, but they also had to contend with radioactive mutants and demons. Demons, which just are straight up from hell in some cases. Demons, like the nobility, predate the human race and hid in like the corners of our vision, like our peripheral vision, and in our nightmares prior to the apocalypse. So after the apocalypse, a lot of the fantasy creatures were just like, it's our time to shine, baby. It's not that we are completely fucking immortal. And, you know, the one thing that was stopping me, the billion-year-old sacred ancestor, from taking over the planet was like sidewalks, right? Like
the legal system. It was against the law before the end of the world. So
fair. Yeah, drinking the blood of fair maidens is illegal. So.
Maybe I'm jumping ahead too much here, but are these like, do they have vampire rules? These vampires, like no crossing running water, can only enter a house when invited, kind of deal?
Not that I saw. Yeah, a lot of this is, from what I gathered, inferred. In the films, vampires can really just do whatever they want. Like at the beginning of Bloodlust, the main antagonist, Meyer, just like goes into his lover's house and kidnaps her. He doesn't get invited, and he goes in during the night. It's way closer to like the more recent Nosferatu, where he just like they're like very more magical and less sinners, more Nosferatu, I suppose, in context of two more modern, the vampire stuff that came out this year, right?
Okay, yeah.
Although again, it could be different, but like the majority of the fiction is set in like, at least from what I saw, is about D and is in the year 12,000 at this point, where like vampires have. Well, we'll get into it, right? About like what goes on with the vampires.
Why is there so much vampire? Why are there two big movies that came out with vampires today? Like, still, like, why do we like that shit so much?
They just made another fucking Superman film, dude. Like, I don't know. How many times has my brother watched The Office? It's uncountable. You know? People like this. People like what's familiar. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You don't have to think too hard. You already have a template. We could just watch this. And,
Yeah. But also, like, the vampire stuff that came out, like, this is a really creative setting for vampires. I think the fucking sci-fi irradiated future with vampire lords. Great idea. Don't trust the Irish is a great lesson in Sinners.
Yeah. Well, when we were talking about it last week, if you steal one piece of art, it's plagiarism. If you steal 1,000, it's art.
It's genius. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's you take vampires, you put them in you steal a setting from somewhere else, post-apocalypse, and you mix it all together, and you get something good.
Yeah.
I played Vampire Survivors and Vampire Hunters this week, so you know what? I'm just as much to blame. I like the tropes.
Maybe we're all just little vampire pilled these days, eh?
Yeah.
So about 1,000 years after the apocalypse. Sorry.
I don't think I've played any vampire games recently. So.
Vampire with a Y is fan-fucking-tastic. You should play it. I loved it.
Satisfactory is on big sale, Ethan. I'm thinking about it. I might join you on the space race, but
okay. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk.
Oh
my
god.
Yeah.
So about 1,000 years after the apocalypse, the nobility, under the leadership of Dracula, one of the names that the Sacred Elder has taken, filled the power vacuum on Earth and ruled over the surviving humans for thousands of years. The majority of the nobility saw it as their right to rule over humanity, terrorizing and subjugating them. However, Dracula had some respect for humanity. There was a quote from the film where Carmilla says, just like, humans eat animals and we eat humans. It's just the food chain.
I'm picturing Tony Soprano's wife with that name.
Carmella. The final fight between Dee and Carmilla is her actually just defending Christopher Columbus, and then he cuts her ghost in half with his katana.
Yeah, just a vampire always having mail in her hands, walking on the balls of her feet.
So Dracula had some respect for humanity, maybe because we're scrappy, and we always seem to turn things around even after nuking ourselves into the Stone Age, which was like I said, very much our tech level, like that the species was at in the year 3000 AD. Didn't have a whole hell of a lot going on. A lot of eating dirt and cannibalism, probably. Dracula also did his best to keep the peace here and there. Carmilla, who we've talked about multiple times now, was very likely killed or at least banished to the spirit realm by Dracula himself because she was just too dangerous. And he was like, you're really killing the vibe here. Like, yeah, we can like kidnap maidens and drink their blood, but like, you're just a little murder happy. Yeah, exactly. So that's why like she is in a sarcophagus in her castle that she is haunting on her own with, I believe, Dracula's golden sword through her chest. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Future. Sorry,
why was that so normal that there's a golden sword through her chest?
It's in the clip. Ethan watched it. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch.
I did the homework.
You didn't do your homework.
I didn't do my homework. I don't assign homework. I want to assign you homework. I will not do it if you give it to me. So
no, I know. The clips are always just there if you want them. They're mainly for the listeners on Patreon more than anything.
Yeah.
So this is what I mentioned at the beginning here. The far future setting filled with magic and monsters is really, really reminiscent of the 1977 animated film Wizards from director Ralph Bashki, who also did Fritz the Cat and Coonskin, and I think
The Hobbit, right?
Real World. He did Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
Rankin Bass did The Hobbit, but yes, he did do the Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Wizards came out a few years prior to Vampire Hunter D. I think it's like there's the space of like 5-6 years between the first novel and Wizards coming out. Everything I read is the similarities are just a fucking coincidence. These two creators are just like artistic kindreds, children of the universe, basically. Wow. Where they had the same idea. Where Wizards, which is a very strange and psychedelic film, I did include the trailer for everybody, and I do recommend. I think I've recommended in the past. Is also like a post-nuclear apocalypse. Fairies and elves return to the earth, and then like the evil wizard discovers Nazi propaganda underground and like reinvents war, basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's cool. It's insane. There are some of the funkiest bass lines ever put on a film soundtrack in Wizards as well. It's excellent.
I'm sold.
Yeah, they're both gorgeous. The Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust and Wizards are both gorgeous as well in their own right. Like really good old animation, like that I really adore. Wizards uses a lot of rotoscope too, so there's a lot of kind of like very strange stuff you can only see when you're just drawing like a monster body over a real actor, right? The cover for Wizards is there as well for the patrons. Anyway, the nobility use their unchallenged rule of the Earth to usher in an age of super science, mastering spaceflight, robotics, AI, and even teleportation. Along with the science so advanced it's perceived as magic, the nobility also has access to like straight up regular magic.
Sorry, this is post-apocalypse, or this is before the apocalypse?
This is post-apocalypse after the nobility have taken over.
Yeah.
This is like roughly the year 3000.
Yeah, because you said that before, and I was thinking R3000, I guess.
It is our 3000 because our apocalypse was in 1999.
Yeah, sorry. When I said R3000, I was thinking 10,000 years ago is when I start the calendar. That's what my calendar says. It would see 12,000 according to my calendar. So
no, we're leading up to the events of Vampire Hunter D at this point. We're in the first third of the timeline here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So regardless, it's still the future, and the vampires are just like magic's all well and good, spooky castles, but also satellites, robotics, and rocket ships. We're going to motherfucking space, dude. I believe a probe that the nobility sent out is what tipped off the OSB that there were living things on other planets.
I was just going to tell the vampires, watch out, there's OSBs out there.
Yeah, well, they found them.
They're real SOBs, so you know.
Do you think the golden disc on the vampire Voyager would be exactly the same, except the man and woman silhouette would have like the bite marks on their necks? And it would just be like organ music instead of like Johnny B. Good or whatever. It'd
be like the naked Vitruvian man, but then he would have like the high collar vampire cape on. You know what I mean? Completely nude, but just with the cape. And then yes, all organ music that would play when you played the record.
Yeah, just blasting pipe organ music and like just like a gray alien just listening to it, just like nodding to himself, like
yeah.
Yes. Very good.
Want to look up organ like synth music where it's like kind of deep spacey, but there's organ big chords playing in the background. I feel like that would be perfect for it.
That'd be
Interstellar.
That would rule,
right?
Interstellar, yeah,
a little bit.
Hans Zimmerman.
The nobility's fully automated capital city, the capital, great. Had roads connecting every continent on Earth. This is pre-OSB war, because of course the geography of the Earth was very much rearranged during that battle.
Okay.
Over the millennia, with the sci-fi vampires ruling over them, human technology appears to have gotten up to like an elevated kind of sci-fi mix of Wild West and First World War technology. There's like people with, a sci-fi scope on a lever action rifle, and everybody's dressed in like I'm the mayor of a western town, puffy shirts sort of shit.
Cool. Can't see my red
humans.
dot at high noon.
That's like a reflex sight.
Yeah.
How useful would sunglasses have been in the Wild West, right? Because you're always fighting at high noon. It's so bright.
Yeah, the Inuit invented them like 15,000 years ago because of like snow blindness, right? As well.
True.
Was there? Yeah. When did sunglasses invented? I feel like there must have been like
15,000 years ago by the Inuit.
But I never saw a cowboy using it. Like when did? Yeah,
they're
like
dumbasses.
when did it?
Cowboys are dumbasses. That's something they don't teach you in school. Is that actually all cowboys were really, really stupid? They were always like drooling and like they'd hit themselves in the head. That's why they were always getting in fights.
The 10-gallon hat actually classically had a little propeller in it as well.
Yeah.
Always choose Inuits and cowboys versus Inuits. It's an overpowered game. Yeah.
The Inuit actually got their sunglasses from aliens or Atlantis. I can't remember what I said a couple weeks ago. And there's also a group of bounty hunters and bloodlust that drive around in like what looks like a World War I tank armored car, like just a big fucking riveted box on like wheels and tracks. It's very cool.
An APC.
Yeah, exactly. But like very much like that 1912 looking. Not smooth and futuristic, very like chunky, very brutalist, very cool.
Killdozer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very Killdozer, absolutely. And again, I keep referring back to the movie because I watched it a couple days ago and really liked it. One of the towers of Carmilla's vampire castle is straight up just a fucking like stained glass castle rocket ship.
Cool.
The film's main antagonist, Baron Meyer, wants to take his human lover Charlotte to the City of the Night, which is like some kind of fucking vampire paradise they built out in space.
Cool.
And like chunk of her castle just like takes off at the end of the film. It's crazy.
I love the idea of stained glass rocket ship. Just like as soon as they get over 3 Gs, just all the windows implode. I guess they don't need to breathe. I get vampires don't need, magic vampires surely don't need to breathe,
but his mortal lover that he wants to bring with him surely does.
Yeah, Charlotte very much remains human. So it's just like, and at no point did they discuss like a spacesuit or anything. It's just like, no, we're just going to go to Carmilla's place and she's got a rocket and I'm going to take you to the city of the night. And it's like, okay. And like their love being misunderstood is like the main conflict, I guess, of the film. It's on YouTube. You should watch it. So while some of the nobility were content simply being bastards and terrorizing people, others experimented on humans and animals, creating monsters and more mutants. There's one reference I sent there of sand mantas from the film. And they're just that gigantic manta rays that live in like a wasteland desert area that you see briefly in the film.
My eye was really drawn to that one. It's like a vampire in all black on a black horse, just in a cloud. What looks like a cloud world, but maybe it's sand on the bottom with like these flying cloud manta rays. Very, very cool.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of put ocean thing in sky. I'm a big fan of that. Sky whales and stuff.
Yep. Treasure
I was playing Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy game this weekend, and they have a sky whale, and it made me very excited too.
Right, that shout out to that game. Excellent. I loved it. Yeah. That's when people started calling me PD2 parents, because I was like, oh, Star-Lord's dead mom made me very sad.
Well, that was a fun thing for me and Ethan to team up on you, because we both have shared grief.
So despite their immortality and their super science, one thing I wanted to mention, many of the folklore monsters, like werewolves and Frankensteins and all this shit, are mutants created by the nobility. So like all of that stuff is very much the explanation for that is just like they made it in the lab, and now that's why you're dealing with werewolves, is because there's somebody did some crossbreeding. Well, there is actually a werewolf in Bloodlust, a very cool design. When he turns, he has very much like that Wolfman face where it doesn't have a long snout, but his stomach opens up and is like a big wolf mouth. And I just thought that was very neat. Yeah, very cool.
That is neat.
Yeah, just moving that down. So despite their immortality and super science, the nobility didn't have a very long run with the whole rulers of Earth thing. They had a couple of millennia, but by the end of 4000 AD, their empire was in decline. And within the 5th millennium is also when their probe was detected by the OSB, and there was the war with them also. The things really started to kind of go off the rails pretty fucking fast here for the vampires. One thing I could not find was when humanity began training vampire hunters. I think it was during the decline of the nobles' empire, but I didn't find a date range or any specific year or anything. I do know the hunters contributed to the decline. Obviously, they weren't going to waste the crisis of just like, well, the vampires are being invaded by aliens. I know my side personally is, like I'm like, I don't know what the OSP is going to do afterwards, but I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit personally.
Yeah, it's a real like. What metaphor do you believe in more? Enemy of my enemy is my friend, or the devil you know, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Devil you know.
And in the case of Dracula, the actual devil you know, like the real
exactly. The actual real devil that you know.
Yeah. So during this time, the humans actually managed to take over the capital. I don't know if this happened before, during, or after the war with the OSB in the 5th millennium again. So for the real fans out there, please tag me in Discord with a message I may read explaining when this happened, because it's got to be in the books, not in the movie, and wasn't on the wiki anywhere when I was looking this up. While many of the nobles were content creating ghouls and ghosts with their experiments, Dracula wanted to ensure the survival of his race during the decline, combining vampire DNA with humans. He'd found a 5,000-year-old DVD copy of Blade Trinity and was like, this is great. This isn't great, but a daywalker's a good idea. Sorry, I don't remember writing that. That's so fucking stupid.
I was like, is he laughing because the story's fucked up, or because he wrote a joke that made him laugh?
I'm reading my own joke from yesterday that I forgot I wrote. What the fuck? Anyway, he thought daywalkers were cool, which is true. So he saw a blade, but very much like in classic fiction, the vampire human hybrid, all strength, none of their weaknesses. All they need is like in D's case, a big hat, or in Blade's case, glasses. And it's just like, nah, none of the classic vampire shit can hurt me at all. Most of the experiments failed. The one success, however, was the vampire hunter, now known to us only as D. And I do have the pictures up there. And more about D's facts after the break. Welcome back from the break, everybody. So now it's time to get into our titular boy, the vampire hunter D from Vampire Hunter D.
Dr. D.
Yeah, exactly. Ben Salami, the vampire hunter from Vampire Hunter D.
On the break, I was joking around because there's this clip of this lady going, "Grandma, what did you just say?" And she's like, "Ben Salami." She's like, "Grandma, it's Osama bin Laden." Calling Osama bin Laden Ben Salami is hilarious.
That's so good. It's out. They're not even close. I would have thought it was just like an Italian guy whose name she forgot. Like fucking Christ.
Well, Benny Salami.
Yeah. Oh, so Ben Salami, the half-human, half-vampire hybrid known as a Dhampir, or Dunpeel, if you watch the English dub of Bloodlust like I did, which is a mistranslation. So I love how the English dub mistranslate made-up fucking words. Because it is still Dhampir, which is Dhampir, in Japanese. So it's clearly Dunpeel is just written phonetically. They didn't have a script for the English actors, I guess.
It's like the same reason. It's as made up as vampires. It is from like ancient Albanian myth. Dampiers.
Yeah.
No,
I'm sure
the
actors aren't translating either. There's some localization guy who's like, "Hey, I'll pay you $100 or whatever to localize this movie," and he just banged it out in an afternoon, and here we are. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, what do the sand mantas have to do with hunting vampires? It's like, fucking shut up, man. Just do it. Just give me the script.
Exactly.
We need a script tomorrow.
Yeah.
Shut up and change all these V's for D's, goddammit.
All right. I'm sorry. So he's an exceptionally powerful hunter, thanks to him being an anime protagonist, but also because he is maybe a hybrid of a human and Dracula himself. The antagonist of the first film, Count Magnus Lee, panics about D being Dracula's son as he's dying. He's got a very classic anime nani, or in English, what moment when he's stabbed through the chest with D's sword. He's like, no, it couldn't be. Like, you can't be like the blood of the sacred ancestor. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, obviously, he's the main character. Yeah.
A little anime.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but he's an old guy, so a deeper one, please, if you want to retake that at some point.
I got my full walnuts now. I'll pass.
I know.
Okay. Pete showing to me when I stuff walnuts in my mouth is great.
I'm like in the VO booth, like, sorry, Mr. Palmer, can we take that one again? The new script just came in. We swapped all the V's for D's, and your mouth is full of walnuts. Just like, it's so unprofessional.
Yeah. I don't know if I blame Pete that Ethan's eating walnuts while we're recording a podcast.
Pete said it was going to be a long episode. I got to keep my energy up, okay?
That's
true.
Yeah,
it is really
the 400th episode. Yeah, it's 400th episode too. We got to keep there's nothing. Honestly, when you're talking about Vampire D, nuts are like absolutely required. If you think
exactly,
yeah.
If people expected our 400th episode to be when we really turn a corner in terms of production value, I hate to disappoint. But
yeah, exactly. You clearly haven't listened to the other 399 episodes and don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And we're even recording later today with a longer episode. So right now we'd be watching memes after the episode and curling into our 3-guy bed all together and tucking each other in. But
yeah, getting our nightcaps on.
Yeah,
revving up our honk shoes, you know.
Yeah, I don't know whose turn it is to blow out the little candle, but it's really whoever's closest to the nightstand at this point, right?
I'm not reading the story tonight.
I know, we gotta go straight to bed. It's a school night. I get it, but we gotta talk about vampires. Sorry.
I'm gonna be so scared. I'm gonna wake up.
No, it's okay. You can sleep in the middle in that case. We'll rearrange.
Okay,
Ethan and I'll keep you safe in the lower bed.
I'm the meat.
So D looks to be about 18 years old. He's just over 6 foot and regarded as handsome by both men and women alike. Everybody's quite captivated by him.
That's true.
This is in reference to bisexuals being a hybrid of a straight and a gay, also made in a vampire blood.
True. I think it's disexual.
Oh, of course, yeah. Oh, the new script just came in. Again, you want to retake that?
Just a bi guy hunting down gay people because he's half... What is that?
Yeah, he's the son of a gay dad and a straight mother, and he's got to kill the rest of the gays.
What? Your dad married a woman? You're able to stab me?
I would, not that it matters, but I would posit that the nobles that consume the humans, the metaphor probably works better if he's going around killing the straights, right?
Yeah, it probably.
Oh,
we are history's greatest monster, honestly.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
I don't know about talking about power dynamics if the gay people are on top of that equation, but
of the food chain.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Should be.
Yep. So the children of the nobility stop aging once they've reached their peak physical form. So 18 to 25, I guess. It's really just like whenever they're the sexiest.
When they're sexiest.
And it seems to be the same for Dhampirs. One rule that I did see specified, Ethan, because you asked about it earlier. One thing is, unlike this is not a thing I knew about, like folkloric vampires, they can't breed in a lot of folklore. So they spread by biting and turning people into vampires. Whereas in Vampire Hunter D in the Frontier, vampires get to fuck it. You can have vamparents and little vam babies, basically. Okay. Assuming they're not all gays that need to be hunted in the desert or something, whatever we were talking about.
Oh no, it's the straights now. Now we're hunting straights.
Now we're hunting the straights. Yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. No, that should be on a shirt. Like, now we're hunting the straights.
Who's just a sexy vampire.
Yes. An old man who Dee rescued as a child recognizes him and realizes that the myths about Dhampirs are true and that the hybrids do not actually age. It's a pretty cool scene in Bloodlust. Again, my only frame of reference. I'm sorry I keep talking about it.
As someone who fluctuates in weight throughout my life, I'm trying to think when I would pick my sexy moment. And I think I got real skinny around 23. And I think I would have locked in then. But can I just drink blood to my heart's content and stay sexy at that point? Or like, can you still gain weight as an older vampiro?
No, I think the vampires like stay hot. Like Baron Magnus Lee, the guy who goes, "What? You had two parents or whatever?" He's like very much like an old, strong silver fox. He's a very classic looking vampire.
Saucy, link the fat vampire, please.
Yeah, please.
Jamie needs it.
I need it because that would be that's like an ideal thing.
Big beautiful vampire.
For all those folks who struggle with their weight out there, wouldn't it be so nice if you could just diet real good for 8 months, then lock in, and then you're like, no, this is me for the rest of me forever now, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd probably lock in when I had like my gym routine these days is a little flaky here and there. I'd probably lock into when I was like consistently going like 3-4 times a week 2 years ago. Early 30s, I think, is my peak physical form, personally.
Definitely closer to 30, I think, than 20 for me.
I know for you, Ethan, it's when you were on that horse farms, like that picture with you with the hammer on Facebook with your rippling abs.
I don't even think so. I mean, I was definitely in the best shape of my life there, but I don't think my face had like matured enough yet. I still look like too young. Does that make sense?
Fair.
Either way, if I get the choice, I'm not locking in. I'm happy to turn to dust. Okay.
Oh, you've really turned a page on this. I remember you were the fuck you let me live forever guy when we had this debate earlier in the podcast.
No, sorry. I still want to live forever. I just want to be a really, like I want to be a raisin, you know?
Oh.
Put some sunglasses on me, make me a mascot, you know?
Okay. All right. You're consistent. And
just keep it going. Keep me alive and keep it going, you know?
I like it.
Excellent. So Dee and the other Dhampirs make great Mary Sues. Again, we referred to them earlier. They're basically like Witchers. They have a lot in common as far as abilities go. Superhuman speed, agility, strength, magical powers, all the good stuff that you would need. Witchers, while not immortal, are very long-lived, immune to disease. So, you know. Humans will hire a dump. Sorry?
A lot of similarities to The Gunslinger, Stephen King, right? Which I think came out around the same time as in like the 80s. Just like the aesthetics of like wandering the wastelands as this like lone hunter kind of figure who's like has magic powers and is stronger than regular people.
Yeah. What was the opening to that? It's like the wizard walked and the gunslinger followed or something. Like the whole
wizard, the witch, and the wild one. No, the wizard, the witch, and the wardrobe.
The spoon, the witch, and the dragon.
Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon.
I read the first 2 of those, and it gets kind of wacky pretty fast. Like, I guess it does fit with this because there's a lot of magic and stuff. So.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah, I read the first one. It was fine. I respect that Stephen King is a much loved author and that people love him. I can't read him. I don't. His style of writing, it just like doesn't click with me for whatever reason. I find it a little too wacky.
Okay.
That book specifically, he told stories. He would buy 24 tall cans at a time and do cocaine, and that's how he started writing The Gunslinger. Then he got into a really big car accident where he almost died. And one of his when he's almost dying, one of his things like, "I'll never finish The Gunslinger," and then he ends up becoming sober. And the second half of that series, I think, is probably better written. But anyways, yeah,
there you go.
He was big addict at the beginning.
Doesn't he have no memory whatsoever of writing Cujo? He just did it in a coke case.
Yeah, it's one of the books.
Yeah,
I've heard of that.
Yeah,
heard of that.
If you don't have the money for enough cocaine to write books, you can use your money to hire a Dampier hunter, though, when needed, which is probably hiring a vampire mercenary is probably cheaper than the amount of cocaine that Stephen King was doing.
Yeah, but you put out a book every year. And it's like your time's worth something, right? So you might as well be jacked up while you're doing it.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, I've said it before. Like, I wish I didn't have to die, and I wish I didn't have to sleep. You know.
Yep,
that's true. Yeah.
And if you do have to die, let it be when you're a little tiny raisin, thousands of years
with glasses on.
Yeah.
Yes.
A little tiny sleepless raisin.
It's like the Watchmen of Earth. It'd be so confusing for the OSB when they arrive and find the King of Earth is you, and you're just like shriveled and 10,000 years old.
Wait, no, there's still left. They're down here.
The last one. So, despite the fact that people will hire a Dampier hunter, obviously, because they're the best match for hunting a straight. But Dampiers are generally hated by humans, and it's pretty fucking justified, honestly. Not all Dampiers can resist the urge for human blood, so it very much is like hiring the raptors from Jurassic World, where it's just like, you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna pay this unpredictable fucking monster, and maybe you'll just kill me on sight, or kill me when it gets back, or whatever, or just take my money and run. D, very good guy, though. D consumes capsules filled with dried blood and plasma, which are presumably, conflict-free and ethically sourced. No Nestle blood pills here.
Yeah, ethically sourced. We have this like system of capitalism, which means people are like overworked and can't make enough money to support themselves, so they have to like donate their fucking plasma just to make their pay their rent. Pay their blood rent to the vampire bounty hunter that they hired.
It's ethically sourced. There's like a farmer with a kind face, and the sun's coming up behind him. He's like, just another day, and then he goes out to his
little udders on the side of his neck, just into a tiny little bucket.
I was thinking more he goes out to his scarecrow, which is just a real person stuck to him, and he pulls the blood out of him.
I was imagining he has a hoe, and he's just hoeing the dirt, and it's so unsettling to imagine like blood bubbling up from the earth where his hoe is like striking.
Yeah. Three very different takes on where D gets his blood pills.
Yeah, I like Pete's neck udders. I like nipples on the neck, like Pete said.
Yeah. Just a small glimpse into the sick, twisted mind of the lore boys.
This is all normal to us. Do you guys want to listen to the hit song by Regular Frog, which is our perspective of what we think he is? So anyway. D tends to hold back his vampire side a lot. He only really vamps out as a final move in a big anime fight. In the Carmilla fight, he kind of retracts his fangs and puts out a force field and dispels her spell and just kills her with his sword. It happens as well in the first film. It's very much just it's my final move, basically.
Yeah.
Which he uses in both moves against both Magnus Lee and Carmilla. D can go out in the sunlight, but his traveling companion, who I'll get into in a sec, often warns him not to overexert himself during the day, since he is susceptible to something that's called heat sickness, at least in English. Full-on vampires straight up turn to smoke and fire in the sun. It burns them away. No matter how powerful they are, they can resist it. But Meyer in Bloodlust, he comes out into the sun at one point and immediately starts burning. And he is, in the movie, so fucking cool. One, his cape is like basically he can turn it solid and turn it his like vampire cape into like wing swords to cut people in half.
He uses that in the clip, right?
Yeah, which is really cool. And also, at least one of his hands can harden into like vampire claws and basically turn into like a karate chop blade.
I gotta say, there might be some vampire blood in my Scottish lineage because I took a 2-hour driving course last week and I got a sunburn in it. I got a little bit of heat sickness inside of a vehicle, so I think it might be real.
So to recover from heat sickness, D has to find a quiet spot to lie down and bury himself in dirt.
No, it's just a touch of the vapors, right?
Yeah, exactly. He has to go to the dirt spa. So D does not travel alone. Generally, he has his cybernetic horse with him. Also, the horses are all called cyber horses. They're very cool looking. Which it also means it's okay when they die because they're just machines. Don't worry about it. He also travels with his left hand, named Left Hand, who is a sassy old man growing directly out of his left hand. And I'm not gonna lie, the first time I saw this in the first film, I was like, this is too fucking anime for me. I have no idea what is going on.
Now I know what that picture is. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a weird like orc face screaming out of his left hand.
He's given very like
yeah. I thought he was his interior monologue for a while, because like at the beginning of the first film, there's like two completely different voice actors having a conversation with each other. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then at one point he like takes off his glove and there's just a little shriveled Ethan when he's 10,000 years old, basically face on D's left hand. And he's just talking to it. I was like, okay, where are we going here, Saucy? Why? What's this one? What's going on here? So Left Hand is a countenanced carbuncle, a symbiotic spirit, I think, that is just growing out of what looks like a cyst or a lump on D's left palm. Nothing much is known about Left Hand's past, other than he did work either for or with Dracula at some point several thousand years ago. Well, I don't remember where I put it. D is about 5,000 years old. That he was created during the collapse, basically. So he was allegedly Dracula's last experiment, maybe his son, sort of thing. But it was like 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. Yeah.
That's what I call my sexual encounters too, is our experiments.
Yeah. It's the only one where you could come.
Yes. Clock in at 39 seconds, Siri. Experiment over.
Carbuncles themselves. So Left Hand is not unique. There's multiple carbuncles, and I do love how they're called carbuncles. Excellent. Carbuncles
what is
themselves.
A carbuncle?
I don't know.
It's a move from Final Fantasy.
I really thought Ethan would know. I thought that was going to be a Dungeons and Dragons Warlock thing. Like, oh yeah, carbuncles. They have a range of 20 feet and something. But what is a carbuncle?
Is a cluster of boils caused by a bacterial infection, most commonly with Staphylococcus aureus or Streptococcus pyogenes.
Ew.
It's a skin infection.
Gross. That would explain the cyst. What's countenance to mean in that case? While we're at it.
What's countenance mean?
Countenance Dracula.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your countenance is like how you carry yourself, right?
It's like the count.
The exact, a person's face or facial expression.
Oh, so it just means it's just a carbuncle with a face on it. Straight to the point.
There you go.
You got me. Thanks. So carbuncles themselves share a consciousness and communicate between each other telepathically, sharing experiences and memories. Other people have them. Like I mentioned, there's a werewolf with the mouth in his stomach. The mouth in the stomach is his carbuncle. Or his countenance carbuncle.
Yeah. Shared memory. I remember when you wiped your ass, but from a different angle.
Could you imagine sharing all the memories of everyone's left hand? It's so
I got a standing gag order on my left hand, if you know what I mean.
So Left Hand, or Lefty, is extremely helpful. He has his own set of magical powers. He can detect invisible objects or see through vampiric illusions cast by the nobility. He helps D find a door in like a reflective illusion spell to find a vampire castle behind it at one point in Bloodlust. However, at least in the films, he is kind of a little bit of D's resolve the plot power. Lefty is cut off at one point in the first film, and D is killed, and like Lefty figures out a way to bring him back to life just on his own. Lefty's ultimate, I guess, is opening his mouth to a pocket dimension that's inside of him and creating a powerful vacuum capable of sucking in both physical material and spells by the looks of it. Like the picture I showed you guys, there's often like wind going into the mouth on his hand. And that's him just like, that's when D is like, oh, fuck, I'm out over my skis here, buddy. And then he just like opens his left hand, sucks in everything around him and just resolves the conflict there.
A Kirby. He's got a Kirby on his hand.
100%. Yeah. And then he goes like, he does a little blunk, click noise, and then Lefty gets a new hat, basically, just to show like the last dude that he ate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Write that down. I might want to draw that. That sounds cute. A little curvy hand. Again, what I'd mentioned earlier is the fact that I think the movies are condensing down 25 of 56 novels each, is why sometimes things get resolved really fucking fast by Lefty just like Kirbying it up. But again, I couldn't know. I like their relationship. He's very much the foil to D's straight man, where D is very quiet and moody and broody and very anime protagonist, whereas his left hand is very much the guy stuck with an anime protagonist and just probably trying to make the best of it.
Yeah. Voiced by Bobcat Goldthwait, right?
Sure.
He's great.
Going to kill Dracula?
He says, honestly, it's kind of close to the English dub. Very young guy doing an old man's voice, I think. So D's sword that we had mentioned, while iconic, is apparently not unique at all, which I found interesting. Normally, hunters, so the other Dhampirs and other vampire hunters, use a long straight sword while D's is curved. There's a reference there. It has a spooky skull in the hilt as well. No one else uses one like this, and even when it is like broken or dulled in a couple of ways, it breaks in the fight with Magnus Lee. He always somehow manages to find a new one. So they're connected. There's in one of the books I'd read that like he goes into like a weapons vault with like thousands and thousands and thousands of weapons in it. And he goes through and just like immediately just like, oh, wait, here's the curved sword I want. It's the same one. It's identical. And he just takes that one. So he's kind of always able to find it. Where he got it, I couldn't find. It's just part of him. And they're very much linked. And the very thin curved sword, I will admit, is fucking cool. Like a lot of the action scenes with it are really cool. The style of the hilt is very cool. It looks kind of like a long wispy cross as well. So it's very cool. D's hunter philosophy is quite interesting. A line that he repeats in both films when killing a noble is, in this world, we're all transient guests. So he is very anti-Ethan philosophy. He would kill you as a shriveled raisin.
He'd kill me as a raisin? No.
He would hit you with his left hand and then make you wipe his ass.
It's very much just like, we're a guest here on Earth. Immortality is bad.
I'm a snack, but I'm not a snack. You
know? This comes up in Sekiro as well, which maybe this is just like a Japanese philosophy thing, because Sekiro is also very anti-immortality, how you get like the dragon sickness if you live too long. Whereas here, well, the vampires aren't, or the nobility aren't getting sick. D very much is just like, no. We all need to die. I don't know what he does. The series isn't over. Like a book came out in fucking January, and D is still rocking around. And I'm not sure what would happen at the end, if maybe after he kills the last vampire, if he finds Dracula and kills him maybe one day. Maybe he already has, and then takes his own life. I'm not sure.
Swallows himself with his own hand.
I was going to say, yeah.
Just like
he's got to be the end of the problem, right? But
yeah. But he truly believes that we're all just passing through, and eventually we all need to leave, just like you leaving a 5-star review on this podcast, because it's done. I have been your host, Peter. You can find me at Lowbars Podcast on Instagram. You can find my comic on Kindle, Amazon.com, or $15 and up on our Patreon, both of which link below. Thank you for the suggestion, Sauce Boss. Thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you for 400 episodes, Ethan and Jamie. Fuck.
We did it.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll bill you. Jamie, you want to talk about Twitch?
Yeah, Lore Boy James on Twitch. I got a bubble in my throat at the worst possible time.
Trying to eat walnuts at a time like this.
I wish I had some walnuts to pop my bubble. I need a little tiny grape to swallow.
Vampire Hunter D's walnuts.
Lord Boy James on Twitch Tuesdays and Thursdays. Playing a lot of Mass Effect lately. Come by, hang out.
Thanks so much for listening, everybody. If you like the show, consider giving us a rating or review on your podcast app of choice. It really does help us to grow. You can send us emails, something we haven't talked about in a while. There's a link somewhere on our website, probably in the description to the episode. But we're going to do a mailbag soon, TM, probably. We don't know if we'll release it soon or we're going to record it soon. So get them in under the wire if you can. And if you want to support us financially, if you have a Patreon, patreon.com/loreboys, where you can check it out. Just do it. Okay, coward. And if you don't trust Patreon, we do, of course, have Lord Boys Prime service, which we've always offered. We have a pretty exciting pageant coming up this week. We're going to find the Lord Boy with the best left hand. So we're all going to doll them up with their own little faces, have a little pageant, and we're going to let people at the end bid on the winner.
Whoever wins the pageant. I don't have a very good left hand, guys. I put my left hand through a window when I was 11 years old. And look, I have no lines on my finger. You see, you have wrinkles on your finger right below your nail. I don't got them because I cut my tendon as a small boy.
Wrinkles are ugly, man. You don't want wrinkles, okay? Don't talk to my friend like that. You got a great left hand, Jamie. All right.
Thanks, man. All right, I can't wait to be the middle guy tonight. It's gonna.
This is episode 400. It's a loving show now. Okay, we all love each other. Now.
Ethan, you get the left side tonight.
Oh, very nice. And I think that would cost you the Lord Boys.
Lord Boys.
These nuts.
You could not say it.